Thank you. Really appreciate it. So, good afternoon to all of those on the East Coast and in the Central region, and good morning to those of you in the Mountain region and in the West Coast where we're based. And so, we're really excited about launching our partnership with Channel Sale today, and I'm excited to tell you a little bit about what's going on in MassGenie and how we can help you grow your sales. So first, I'd like to start out and explain a little bit about what makes us different than the other marketplaces out there, because I know all of you deal with many of the different marketplaces that are out there, and there are a lot of great marketplaces out there. And so in the same way that marketplaces offer buy now, we offer buy now. And our goal with buy now is to be competitive with every other marketplace that's out there. But what differentiates us is we do something that's called a power deal. And a power deal, it allows consumers to buy a product at a volume price while just getting one or two of them. So let me explain how this happens. It can be set up by a consumer or buyer, or it can be set up by a seller. And so let me give you an example how a seller would do it. A seller would come to us, and the seller would say, hey, I can give you a special price on a power deal product if you sell X of them. And depending on what the product is, X may be 5 of them, could be 10, 25, 50, 100, 250, 1,000. I mean, it really depends on on what type of product it is. And then what we do is we post the product on our site. We feature it on something we call the Cool Powers Deals page. If it's a hot enough deal, we'll put it on the home page. We'll put it in an email. We'll put it in text. We'll load it up on all of our social media pages. We'll push it out to affiliates. We'll put it in Google. We'll put it in Bing. And then as people start to join, they start to crowd share it with their friends. And in fact, we'll talk later in the call here, we actually incentivize them to share it with their friends. So to do crowd sharing. So this is one of the things that makes us a little bit different. In this way, we've kind of married e-commerce and crowd sharing. And crowd sharing has been working well for us, and it's worked well for a lot of other places. I mean, we can certainly, a lot of us have been involved with things on Kickstarter and GoFundMe and that sort of thing. So then as more and more people join in, the deal completes. And so typically a deal is set up to run for a day. It could run for up to 7 days, but we tend to like to run a deal just for a day because customers like immediate gratification. And so what's really cool about this is multiple sellers can become involved in the deal, and the price can be driven down by that. So let me talk a little bit about what really differentiates us. So we have this crowd sharing aspect that's involved in there, a crowdsourcing aspect. And so that creates a community. And in fact, we keep on building the community on our site. There's a lot of seller value in this because multiple people can become involved in the power deal even at multiple prices. So unlike most marketplaces where only one seller can win the box, multiple sellers can be involved in the same deal here. An initial seller can set it up. Another seller can become involved at the same price or at a lower price. But everybody can still be in the game here. Buyers can set it all up also, and sellers have the option to accept that price or not to accept that price. So it's pretty cool the way that it works because it really becomes a game. Every time one of these power deals is set up, the price can be slightly different because the number of units that are available, the number of sellers that are available, and the number of buyers that become involved in it. And so let me just give you a little bit of information here about MassGenie. So we launched late last year, did a bunch of testing with our customers, a bunch of testing with advertising, made some change, based on that, focus groups, etc. And we have been growing rapidly this year. Currently, we have about 2.2 million SKUs on the site from about 25,000 different brands, and we have about 250 sellers on board. As you can see by our website visits, we're growing rapidly. And so, we're approaching the end of August, but by December, we expect to be at over 5 million SKUs from 35,000 brands, and at least at 400 sellers. And we're hoping a lot of those are sellers that are going through channel sale. And then by December of next year, we expect to quadruple our number of SKUs, increase the brands to 50,000, and have over 2,000 sellers. So let me talk a little bit. We play in all categories, like all major marketplaces do, but let me talk a little bit about where we've had success so far. And so we've had success including clothing, shoes and accessories, home and garden, electronics, beauty and health, sports and outdoors, vehicles and parts. So this doesn't mean that if you're in another category like food products, pets, etc., we're not interested. It's just we are an emerging marketplace, and I'm just talking about the places that we've had success so far, but we are interested in all categories. And so let's talk about what we do to support you when you put together a power deal on our site. So to start with, we're interested in your entire feed of product, but 90% of our sales happen because of the power deal. To be honest with you, on Buy Now, our price is pretty much the same as everybody else that's out there. So consumers, buyers are visiting our site because they want to see the power deals that are out there. So I already mentioned we have a daily email that goes out. We send a text out a couple of times a week. So if we have a specific deal that's very hot, we could send out incremental texts. We have blogs that we work to write about the products and the categories and why certain things make sense. Obviously, since we are in the crowd sharing game and the crowd shopping game, we are on every type of social media and continue to grow our following there. We work very, very closely with the affiliates. So I put an example on here of some deals, a deal that ran in June, a deal that ran this month on Slick Deals, where we were able to get on the front page. And so that was very helpful. There were a couple of different sellers that were involved in this, and it drove an incredible amount of sales. And we continue. If you look on a daily basis, we tend to have something on the front page and then popular deals on Slick Deals. But we're not just on Slick Deals. We're on 1,000 different affiliates, including Brad's Deals, Dan's Deals, Deal Catcher, eBayToffers.com, you name it. We work closely with them. And we also work closely on the search side, both on the SEO side and on the paid search side to drive demand. Now, some of that stuff differentiates, especially the stuff that we're doing on the social side, some of the deals that we try to do on the affiliate side. And so we're spending a lot of our own money driving traffic in that way. But in addition to spending our own money on advertising, we also want to help you out on your deals. So we have a couple of different ways we do that. One is with Genie Bucks. So Genie Bucks, it's kind of like a loyalty program, but what we're really doing Genie Bucks for is to encourage people to share these deals with their friends, encourage this to go viral. And so what happens is we have something like a slot machine, essentially. And the way it works is when somebody's on a power deal, whether they're involved in it or not, they can spin for Genie Bucks. And we tell them how many Genie Bucks they can get. And the way it works is they then need to share this deal with their friends. And they can do it via social media, email, etc. If their friend or friends then join, for every friend that joins, they get the amount that they spun on the Genie Bucks slot machine. And their friends also get a credit for that amount. So it incents people to share, and and everybody wins, both the person who did the initial spinning and any of the friends that join in. At the same time, if you come to our category team with a hot deal, we may add a little bit of our own money to it to make it an even hotter deal, because we are very interested in driving your sales. So these are two things. Everybody can get involved in the Genie Bucks game because we're just encouraging all of our customers to do that. And in certain instances, we'll sponsor some coupons to help our sellers sell even more products. So of course, we need a good deal from the seller to start with. So every marketplace is a little bit different. So let me talk a little bit about us. We don't actually sell the product. You, the seller, sells the product. So you are the merchant of record. However, we take the credit card number. We do the credit card processing. We take the fraud risk. We give you the money after we take our commission rate out of it. So you're not on the hook for any of the credit card risks. We collect any applicable taxes. So when you set up with us, you list the states that you collect taxes in, and then we remit the taxes to you. So you're responsible for the taxes and filing the returns and all that sort of thing. But we actually collect the taxes according to the states that you tell us you're in. And so we pay every Friday, 14 days after the sale has shipped. So effectively, it means you get paid in 14 to 20 days, depending on where the sale is. But we pay on a weekly basis. We want all of our merchants to ship as soon as possible, but we're asking you to ship within 2 to 3 business days. And we are asking you to have a 30-day return policy in there. There are a few exceptions to that, so on certain food products, et cetera. But essentially, we are asking for a 30-day return policy. Okay, so how do you start on MassGenie? It's pretty simple. When you go to the MassGenie site, there's a link there to selling on MassGenie. You just go to the seller portal. You agree to the business terms and conditions. We will review your account. We're just going to go out there and look at how you're rated out there, et cetera. But the minute we've approved you, we'll provide you essentially a token so that you can get things set up with Channel Sale, because it's, of course, an API integration. And you need to complete the product mapping template on Channel Sale and launch. And so there are certain sellers that should be able to launch within a day. But you know, we've seen other sellers take a little bit longer. But we have a dedicated marketplace team and dedicated people to help you launch on Channel Sale. So let's talk about what it costs. We have 3 different packages right now. The basic package really doesn't apply to a Channel Sale seller because that's a manual implementation. It doesn't really work. So what we need every Channel Sale seller to do is sign up as an advanced seller. Supposedly that has a charge of $49.99 a month, but every Channel Sale seller will get it free for the first 12 months. And that will allow you to use your API through Channel Seller to get all the inventory feeds over to us, create the SKUs, get the inventory feeds over to us, and get all the orders over to you. So we want you to sign up as advanced. Even though we say there's going to be a charge, there will not be a charge for Channel Sale sellers. Commission fees are kind of standard with the rest of the industry. It's 15% on most of the categories. There are certain lower margin categories like electronics, computers, camera and optics, software and video games, and certain things like certain food and beverages and business and industrial that are a little bit lower. So I have been talking during this presentation about a number of the things that make us different, but certainly some of the things that make us different are the power deal. The power deal is very much a differentiator because it gives you volume. And I mean, it's really up to you. You got to work with us on the particular deal and that sort of thing. But it's really related to how hot the deal is, the amount of volume that we can do, and we can do that volume quickly. We are a true marketplace, so we do not sell products ourselves. We don't compete with you. Every seller gets a dedicated category manager. We have 3 category managers in place today, plus support team behind that. We want to give the customer the best possible experience and at the same time make it as easy as possible for you to deal with us. So we do level 1 customer service. If there are any issues, we encourage people to email us, chat with us, call us, and then we'll contact you. So in the vast majority of the cases, there will be no communication between you and the customer. We'll do all the communicating. We do allow you, if you want, to email your customers for marketing purposes. And so that differentiates us from a lot of the different marketplaces that are out there. Now there will be a small charge for that. And obviously you can talk with them for customer service reasons, et cetera, if you need to. I'd mentioned before that the first year is free, so the store is free for the first year, and we pay weekly. And so that's a quick overview. What I'd like to do, and this is really my last slide here, but I'd like to talk about who the people are you work with. So Sam is on the phone with us here. He is in charge of our marketplace, our sellers, our content, et cetera. So he's a good person to contact. Underneath Sam are Carl and Richard, who also work with a number of the sellers. And so with that, let me turn this back over to Channel Sal.
Hey Dan, thank you for the wonderful presentation. And we do have a couple of questions out here. And so let's go to the first question. And one of the sellers wanted to know if you guys support variations.
Variations as in like different selectors on categories? Yes, we do. Okay, so it kind of depends on the category, but yeah, we do have that functionality.
So for clothing especially, and
yes,
other
yes, clothing, yes, apparel, shoes, all that stuff, sizes, we have everything, color. So and if it's not there, we could always help you, create it for you guys. So we're pretty easy to work with. So.
Okay, perfect. So next question that we have is, do you all do anything that's promoted power deals? So any promoted advertisements?
Promoted as in, so yeah, I think we kind of went over that in the slide. We do send it to all of our affiliates. We have over 1,000 affiliates. There's obviously strong affiliates that we have, and Slick Deals is one of them because they are product based instead of site wide. So yes, we do promote as much as we can. We also promote it on all of our social and emails, all that stuff. So yes, it does get promoted.
Okay, so we have Derek who asked a question. Let me see if I can get him to speak. Hey Derek, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me? Yeah. What I wanted to know, guys, is the 2 business days to ship the product a hard rule? The reason being, we do on demand, specifically canvas, and that was something, and it takes a little longer, usually about maybe 3, pushing maybe 4 days to ship out.
No, I mean, if it takes you that long, we can message that to the customer, just showing that you guys, it takes 3 to 5 days or whatever you guys need to do. We don't want to go anything over 7 days. So, ideally we would like to be in the 2 to 3 day range, but if you have certain products that you need a little bit more lead time in, yes, we could definitely message that on the products.
Okay, gotcha. And as far as brands, do you provide a storefront for sellers like some of the other marketplaces?
Yes, we do.
Oh,
So
okay.
it'll be your own storefront, yeah, with your products on there, just your products.
Just our products. Are we able to provide maybe some video or anything else of that nature on the front, out of curiosity?
Right now, no, we don't have any videos, but if that's something that we could maybe look in the future. I mean, are you trying to embed like a YouTube video, or you guys have your own?
Yeah, just to show the customer the product itself, because some people want that experience.
Yeah, I think we could manage that. I mean, we could talk to our IT team and see if we can embed that into our pages.
Okay, great. That's all I had for right now. Thank you, guys.
All right, thanks.
Thanks, Derek. And Sam, going to the next question. What kind of power deals are you running currently?
So right now we have a lot of electronic, home, health and beauty products. We also have some apparel, but it's not limited to those categories. Those are the ones that we've been kind of seeing the merchants giving to us.
Okay, so in other words, so these are the ones that are most successful.
Well, the ones that are, yeah, well, it kind of varies. Those are kind of the ones that are successful, almost on a product based. I could kind of explain which products have been kind of successful. A lot of home automation products have been really strong for us. A lot of Nest and Ring products, video games as well, personal electronics, headphones, that kind of products. But we also see a lot of our customers create power deals that are in health and beauty. We see a lot of, shampoos and conditioners and stuff like that. And perfume has been another thing that a lot of our customers have been creating. We also see apparel. Apparel is something that people want to share with other people. So we see apparel and shoes and items like that.
Oh, great answer. I hope that answers your question. And we have Jose Pichardo.
Hi, Jose.
Let me see if I can unmute him. Hello, Jose. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, perfect.
Hi, my question is once we sign up for MassGenie, do you have a way to know that we are a channel sale customer, or we actually have to let you know that?
We're actually working with Channel Sale together, so any customers that sign up, the Channel Sale will inform us that they're signing up because they got to go through your integration system anyway, so they'll let us know.
So we are already on channel sale. So in order for us to sign up with MassGenie, do we go direct to MassGenie, or we must go through channel sale?
You would sign up with us, but to get everything mapped, you will have to work with Channel Sale together to get everything kind of mapped and your feed correctly to us. So they'll let us know, and then we always talk to Channel Sale, so we'll have a dialogue on which merchants are coming on from Channel Sale.
Great, thank you.
Thanks, Jose, because you will be provided with a seller ID and token as well.
Great, thank you.
So we have another question out here. Just like the other marketplaces, do you guys plan on providing any warehouse support or facility?
Currently, we do not support any warehouse, as in like a fulfillment. Is that what they're asking? Like a
Exactly.
FBA similar?
Like an FBA or
Yeah. So we don't have any FPA or something set up like that right now. We are planning in the future to put together a partnership with a 3PL, but we do not have that set up at this time. So we really need the seller to have warehousing capability or the ability to ship the product, accept returns, etc.
Hey, thanks, Dan. And I guess we have come to the end of this webinar. So if y'all have any additional questions, y'all can send an email to info@channelsale.com, and we'll be sure to pass them over to the MassGenie team. And once again, I would like to thank Dan and Sam for this webinar, wonderful presentation, and answering all your questions. Take care, guys, and have a nice day.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank you.